Our schools are facing a crisis in funding, and unless immediate action is taken, irreversible damage will be done to our children's education. In the Westminster Hall debate on school funding on the 4th of March, the School Standards Minister regaled us about how much money the government had given to schools on a per-pupil basis, and suggested that the Department of Education help schools make savings of non-staffing spend and on advertising vacancies. But this fundamentally fails to understand the problem. The Minister is ignoring the hard facts that schools face on the ground. The additional costs that schools are facing in energy costs, increases in national insurance contributions, pension obligations, pay rises and the apprentice levy, the last four of which are directly the effect of government policy, mean that any additional funding schools may receive goes nowhere near to covering what schools have had taken from them. It's like pouring a cup of water into a bucket, having previously drilled 3 large holes in the bottom. Yes. In addition, the new school funding formula means that some schools are losing out. And if the Minister doesn't believe me, he should listen to the head teachers. Kate Baptiste, the head teacher of St Monica's Roman Catholic Primary School in my constituency of Enfield Southgate, told me, "We're currently facing a deficit of just over 130,000. This is going to mean drastic cuts to staffing. We will lose support staff as well. This in turn will affect standards. High needs funding is also dire. We do not receive the full funding for children with an education, health and care plan. We do not receive the first £6,000 for each plan." At St Michael at Bowes Church of England Junior School, also in my constituency, the school which I actually attended as a child where I'm a governor, the head teacher, Maria J, and the governors are looking at making changes to the school day because the dedicated schools grant has not increased and the per-pupil funding has not increased in line with inflation, and there have been significant increases in pension and national insurance contributions. The National Education Union have provided me with statistics from the Department of Education that show that the annual funding shortfall for schools in Enfield Southgate from 2015 to 2016 until now, 2018-19, is 4,154,554, or a cut of 7%. And it's not just schools in my constituency that are affected. 2 head teachers from schools in Hertfordshire have also contacted me about school funding cuts in their area. Gillian Langan, the head teacher of Ablesmith Primary School, and Justine Page, the head teacher of St Joseph's Catholic Primary School in Hertford, contacted me and have said, "In spite of the persistent and heroic efforts of school staff, these are desperate times, and the funding crisis means that the children's needs are no longer being met. Delivering an intense academic and national curriculum at a time when teacher recruitment and retention is at a crisis has undermined children's mental health and exploited children's special educational needs. This critical issue cannot be resolved without giving head teachers adequate funding that is ring-fenced so that it goes directly into the classroom to provide urgently needed human and practical resources such as teachers, support staff and modern technology." And on the issue of teacher recruitment and retention, in research published last week, the Sutton Trust found that 69% of schools had to cut staff to save money. This is on top of the fact that the UK is facing a major teacher recruitment and retention issue. Teach First report, "What Will It Take to Provide the Teachers Our Children Need?" highlights that there is currently 1 teacher leaving the profession for everyone that joins. We cannot afford to be cutting the teachers we do have. It is estimated that we will need an extra 47,000 extra secondary school teachers and 8,000 primary teachers by 2024 just to maintain the current pupil-teacher ratios. Another fact that the Minister should know is that teachers in more disadvantaged areas are over 70% more likely to leave than those in affluent areas. From 2017 to 2027, the number of secondary school pupils is expected to grow by 15%. This means that 418,000 pupils in secondary schools by 2027. And unless more substantial investment goes into our schools, and soon, then our school education system will be falling apart. Schools must have the resources to be modern workplaces that continue to develop employees throughout their careers, while allowing life beyond work. A vital part of this will be reducing overall workload and paying teachers a salary that reflects their efforts, qualifications and role in preparing coming generations for life beyond school. In conclusion, I ask the Minister to look at the facts and meet with me and head teachers from my local schools to go through the budgets with them and see with his own eyes the scale of the problem that schools face and take the urgent action that's needed to stop this crisis and fix the holes in the bucket.
Thank you, Madam